welcome to my channel, Classy and a Little Bit Sassy. If you haven't subscribed, then please do so now. Girls, can we talk? I mean, can we talk? A few days ago, it was Valentine's Day. And I hope you all had fun. All of you are listening. For those who didn't, we've got to talk real girl talk. I had so many conversations after Valentine's Day, and I've decided I'd just like to address this matter. Why didn't he show up? One friend of mine says, oh, because his mom's sick. The other was like, he forget. He has forgotten. And another, I can't even remember some of these excuses. And I thought, what is this for a bull crap? Just imagine he forget. He has forgotten. How could he? It's all over the place. The shops are decorated with hearts, roses, and everything red, and he has forgotten. If he has forgotten and you accept that, it's because you are at fault. I know some of you are now agitated and angry at me and thinking that I think I'm Mrs. Perfect. Not at all, I am not Mrs. Perfect. But if he has all of these excuses and you're buying it, you are at fault. Why? Because men tend to tell us the truth. If he says his mama is sick and you know the mama is not sick, that's his way of telling you I'm not coming. If his car is broken, you know he can take a taxi, so it's the way of telling you I'm not coming. If he says I have forgotten and you have given him 1,000 little clues that you want to spend Valentine's Day with him, then he has told you I am not coming. You are not important. I read once on a card, a man would never allow you to cry because if you are important, he wouldn't allow you to cry. So, let's put it together. If he loves you, he doesn't want to see you sad. But if he doesn't, it doesn't concern him. Now, let's say you've met a man, he says he's married, he's unhappy, his wife is big and fat. You should ask him for the receipts. What are the receipts? Please show me your wife. Ask him. Why? Because more than likely he has a gorgeous woman with size 34, 1 meter 75, with such legs as Natia Auerman, and you are the fool listening to him that his wife is 300 pounds. I'll tell you a story just to make sure that you're in the picture. Years ago, I had an acquaintance. She met my then partner, let's say he was an attorney at law. And this guy, let's call him Bill. He always says, oh, my wife, she makes me so sad. I'm so unhappily married. And I was like, why? She's fat. She weighs about 200 and something pounds. And she is one of the most disgusting person. And I would like to get rid of him, but she's depressive, something like that. And I've always thought then, why is it that she's this fat, ugly, unattractive, and he doesn't even love her, but he stays with her? Mind you, they didn't have children, not even a chihuahua, nothing at all. They didn't have anything, no animals, no children. All they had was a house. You can always sell a house and then you divorce and that's it. Anyway, I was always preoccupied with this thing about him, and I always told this acquaintance something is wrong, and she was saying la la la. If it wasn't so, then he wouldn't say it. To make a long story short, I was sitting at home with my sister, was then visiting from Jamaica, and our doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone that day, so I went, answered, and let's call this woman who rang the bell Angela. She says, hi, I'm Angela, I'm the wife of Mr. Bill. I'd like to talk to you. You might ask, why was she in town? She was in town to visit her husband because she lived in another city and he used to work in Berlin. So I answered the door, and you know how inquisitive this Rachel is. I couldn't wait to hear the story. So she came and said, yeah, my husband and I are having some problems. And she knew that her husband was seeing an acquaintance of mine. I was a bit embarrassed, but I wanted to get the story straight. So I told her, your husband says you weigh actually 300 pounds, you're ugly, you are a very horrible person, and now I don't know you, but the picture that I'm looking at, it's the opposite. They were having marital problems, which do come sometimes when people do not live in the same city. But her husband, trying to have fun whilst his wife was in another city, was lying about it. Can you imagine my surprise? Anyway, we had a great evening after drinking a couple of bottles of wine, and this woman left. I spoke to my then acquaintance, and she couldn't believe. I said to her, look, if this man is telling you how fat and ugly this woman is and she's not, then the rest of his story isn't true. To make a long story short, he went back to the city in which he was living, and then this acquaintance of mine had a broken heart. Girls, if you haven't got that picture, then you'll never get it. Stop dating men who lie about their partners being fat. If you meet a man and he's unhappily married or he's unhappy in a relationship, tell him to get rid of that partner. If he's making excuse, then it's your choice to say, bye Felicia. Just tell him, bye Felicia, I'm not in it. Call me back when you have separated. Do not listen to all of these excuses. Just for information, I have 5 brothers, and they've always told me, Rachel, if you've met a man, and this man says he's unhappy, he is not unhappy. An unhappy man separates. He separates and he doesn't give a damn who is mourning, because men think of themselves just like we do. So the moral of the story, if he didn't show up for Valentine's Day, it's because you weren't listening. You wanted to hear what you wanted to hear, and you close your ears. Ladies, open these ears up there for listening, and stop denying the truth. The truth will set you free. It's not that I've always been perfect. I've made my mistakes, but I've always listened to my brothers and male friends of mine. I've always done that. And I am a consequent person. If you lied to me and I found that out, it's out. I'll delete your number. I'll never talk to you again. If I'll see you in the street, I'll cross the road. I like that because it really protects you from the garbage of society. Be honest with yourselves. And because you've been disappointed, it's not a reason to stay at home and cry. Now, dress up, go out with your girls and enjoy yourself. Party and enjoy yourself. If you want to have a little bit of sex, it's your choice. If you want to have a little bit of fun, it's your choice. If you've met a man and this man says, I'm not ready for a relationship, believe him. If he says, I'm not ready for marriage, believe him. And if he says, you are not his type, believe him. With all that being said, I'm wishing you a happy week, and we'll talk to us soon. If you've got a question, just tell it. And it's again Rachel signing out, classy and a little bit sassy. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon. Bye for now.